Welcome back. It is Kevin from Hats and Guitars. I'm the hatter at JJ Hat Center since 1994. So I'm here to give you a couple hat tips and play a little guitar for you every once in a while too. So that's why this is Hats and Guitars. So I'm kind of like a dad rocker. When I was young, I had bands on Geffen Records and albums on Warner and played everywhere, CBGBs, and toured, the Limelight, different gigs and stuff. And then I gave it up when I became a daddy. And basically now I'm a full-time hat guy and a full-time daddy. And you might see me play a little guitar every once in a while, so that's what this channel is all about. But we do have the #1 hat channel on the planet. We have more views and subscribers than the big hat brands, which is pretty amazing. Thanks to all of you people who are interested in Western hats, fedoras, vintage hats, all that kind of stuff. I'll post hats from JJ Hat Center on 5th Avenue in New York. I'll also post hats from my room right here, where I also have hat stuff. I have got my Jiffy steamer here. I've got a J2000 Jiffy. I've got my extra hold hairspray. I've got my wonderful German boar's head ergonomic curved brim brush. They actually make these for righties and lefties. I don't know, it's curved, but a brim brush doesn't have to be curved. It could be straight and it could be horsehair. It's all the same. But this is nice. It does kind of work nicely, this curved. I don't know. I think I'm using just the tip of the brush anyway. I'm not really going like that, So just get any horsehair brim brush is fine. Always brush counterclockwise. That's it. You also want to get some packing tape to remove the lint. It's just, it's not going to work just with a hat brush. And if you're dealing with a wool hat, hat brushes don't work on wool hats. You need to use the tape to remove lint and dust from a wool hat anyway. So yeah, this only works for fur felt, and especially for nice textures like this, You have like a silk finish, a beaver finish, but not always. It works for any fur felts, okay? And, you could use it on a wool felt too. It's not going to hurt it, but it does a lot more good on a fur felt. And it also won't really, a brush won't remove any dust from a wool felt. It just doesn't. It just pushes it around a tiny bit. Wool felt, you need to use packing tape. Just pat it down. Okay. All right, let's get to the subject. I want to tell you guys about hat linings. A lot of people will come to me and make an appointment. They say they need a hat repair. How much does hat repair cost? Because their lining is a little bunched up and messed up. Okay, that's the kind of thing. All you got to do is flip up the sweatband, rip out the lining, just put it back in, fix it up. It also helps if you have a steamer, because a lot of times they get bunched up and wrinkled. So you want to pull it out, you want to shake it in the steamer a little bit, and just smooth out the lining. Then you want to put it back. All right, here's the deal. Most hats, linings are not glued in or sewed in or anything. They're just placed in. Okay, the idea is that when this thing gets dirty and sweaty and whatever, stained, you take it and you throw it out and you buy a new one for $5 or $10, whatever it costs. A new lining is something you might have to change every 40 years or 20 years or 10 years or something. It's not something that you have to do often. There are people who might have to change it every 5 years, but that's, not typical. I've got hats for 20, 30 years that, don't need a lining change. But can you wash the lining? Maybe. I guess you can hand wash it. Keep it away from heat so it doesn't shrink when it's drying, but I've never done it. Usually you just replace them, All right, this is what you do. You just got to take your sweatband, pick up your sweatband, and pull it out, okay? Occasionally what they do is they take hot glue guns. They take a hot glue gun or just the glue stick, all right? They take the glue stick and they heat it up and they wipe a little dab on the inside here, like they wipe it just to keep it in place. In other words, it's not glued all the way around. They just put a dab just to keep the thing from moving around. So you might have to just find where it's glued and just sort of pick it up right there and just rip that little piece of glue off, and then you're done. You might have another spot there. They don't put big globs of glue because then it dries into pellets of hard plastic and you can feel it. They wipe the glue stick on it so that it's flat and doesn't make a hard pellet. So half the times you're going to see just a tiny bit of glue. Sometimes that glue doesn't even hold it and they just pull out and it just does nothing. Other times you have to pull it right where it's attached and just rip it, but you got to get close. You don't want to just yank it from the middle, you know. Get right where the glue is and then just pull that out. If you feel more resistance, there's another spot where there's a little tiny glue, then just pull that out, okay? Then just take it out. You're good, okay? You're going to find that maybe a good 75% of these linings are not glued at all. There's nothing in there. Let's take a look at this one. Is there any glue on this? No. Okay, so Borsalino did not attach this with any glue at all. Or did they? Yeah, maybe. No, I don't think so. This was just placed on, okay? So at this point, you can take this, if it's wrinkled up, you know, messed up and bunched up, you can take it, put it in the steam, get some steam going, shake it around. You could put it around some kind of cylinder like this, like a coffee can or something, and then steam it, pull it, you know. You just want to do whatever you can to get the wrinkles out, all right? Once you steam the wrinkles out, it's easy again. Pull up your sweatband so it's totally reversed. Line this up so that the graphics are straight. You want to make sure that, you know, the logo and everything is facing the right way, so that way it just looks right and you know where the front and the back of your hat is when you look at it. Just place it in. Okay, another thing I do often is I'll open the crown. Just open it. Okay, don't do this up in the air like this. Do it on the table, you know. Obviously I'm doing it in the air so you guys can see it. That's it. Open your crown like that. Place it in. Spin it around so the graphics and the logo looks like it's nice and even. Get it just sort of straight. It's going to take you 10 seconds. And then flip your thing back and you're good. It's that easy. They don't glue these things in because basically they want you to change them when they get grody. You know, the idea is that this hat is modular. It's kind of like the parts that are touching your head, that are making contact right here, is touching my head. Right here, not, okay? Right here, not. Only parts that are touching my head are right here, right? Making contact. What's there? A ribbon, a wide ribbon band that's dark in color. The idea is when you sweat and it permeates through to the band, you cut the band off, you throw it away, and you put a new one on there. The hat lives on forever and ever, okay? If you don't do that, the sweat will go beyond it, and you're gonna get sweat stains here and up here, and there's no way to cover that, okay? Your hat is ruined. So what you do is you stay on top of this stuff, okay? You change the band when it looks like it's salty and it's time to change it, you change it. The sweatband also can be changed, but that's expensive. It's, you know, it could be like up to $75 or so to have a really good milliner do it. I believe it's $75 at JJ's, but there are people who do it cheaper, I think, if you search. Here's the deal. You don't have to change the sweatband. You buy that product called a Cap Banu, which is a black pad that goes right here. It's made out of cotton, and it sticks there with a very good adhesive. It will stay there forever until you pull it out and change it, put a new one there. That pad goes against your head. Basically, the sweat never touches the hat, ever, okay? So when you see you're getting a touch of sweat and you think that, you know, it might be going into the felt itself, go on Amazon and put in the words Cap, C-A-P, Ban, B-A-N, New, N-U, Cap, Ban, New, N-U, okay? They're a little expensive. I've seen them going for like $21.99 now on Amazon. We used to carry them. We're not right now, but we're looking for them. We're going to carry them again. look around. You might be able to find a good deal, but it's worth it because that $121.99 pad will take your hat and save your $300, $400, whatever. You have a $1,500 Monte Cristi. Nothing is going to keep sweat from going through it and ruin it except a Cat Banu. So those things are worth it no matter what you pay for it. They used to go for like $5, $7 or something. These days I've been seeing them for $21.99 on Amazon. I don't know if it's for a single one or for a 3-pack or whatever, but yes, it's worth it. It's cotton, so it's, you could go against your skin comfortably. It's not foam or anything like that. And those are the only things that will prevent sweat. If you're a bald person and you also sweat in the back, you're gonna need them in the front and the back. Here's the deal, it does tighten up your hat slightly. So one good trick is, if the piece is this long, you cut off the ends, okay? You put a short piece in the front where your head makes contact. You put a short piece in the back where your head makes contact. And you notice there's always a big gap on the sides. Your head does not touch there usually, okay? Leave the sides and just put short Cat Banu here, one there, and that will protect your hat without making it as tight. Or if you foresee that you're gonna put Cat Banus in there, you buy your hat a little bit big because that will compensate for them getting tighter. I generally don't put the pad in until the hat is kind of, ready for the sweat and stuff. I don't put it in the beginning. I wait till the end when the hat's nice and stretched out and stuff, and then I'll put it in and I'll cut down the ends. I'll take 1 inch or 2 off the ends and make them a little shorter. And right here, that's all I need is a piece about that long. And my hats are completely safe. I don't have sweat really on any of my hats, and most of them are over a decade old, some of them 2 decades, There are some of them that are close to 3 decades old, I started working in 1994 at JJ's. And before that, I worked at another place for 9 years, sold Stetsons and stuff. So, that's it. I'm going to do a little jamming my guitar today just because, I don't know, my son is at Grandma and Grandpa's house and my wife's in the other room in the kitchen. Got the door closed. It's a good excuse to just turn up the volume, play a little guitar, right? Why not? All right. Have a great weekend. Just so you guys know, JJ Hat Center is going to start being open Sundays now. So next week, not today, next week, we're going to start opening Sundays, which means we're open 7 days a week starting next week. Open every day. I believe it's 12 to 5 on Sundays, 11 to 6 every other day. And I'll be there on Sundays, so it's a cool, mellow day. If you want to meet me or, chat or whatever, bring me your hat to steam up. Sunday's a good day to do that. All right, everybody? So, hey, got the room alone. Got a room full of guitars and got a lot of guitar pedals and stuff I just picked up. But by the way, this pedal really sucks. If anybody wants to buy a Boss pedal, buy some of the newer ones. This thing is a real tone sucker. I hated it. This one is really great, though. Excellent. This one, don't like it. Anyway.